Well, that was the stunning result of the weekend at the Emirates. And Joe, nobody saw that coming.
Nobody saw that coming. And Bournemouth were well-deserved winners. They were top draw, moved the ball. Arsenal, it just seems like it's this fear on their back that they can't get out. Like, Declan Rice missing passes, Gyökeres, his ball's bouncing off him. All these little things that were better than...
What we're doing, guys?
Hey, we finished talking. We finished talking about Man City.
You don't invite me on the show anymore.
Mind you, you're an Arsenal fan.
You're an Arsenal fan. We're talking after.
What do you think
You work 8 days a week. That's why you can't come on our show anymore.
I know, but I'd like to be invited every now and then. I love this show. You used to be good to me. You used to be good to me, but you don't treat me with no respect anymore. You don't ring. You don't text. No nothing. After that result as well, City out back. Whoa.
Thanks, Meeks. That's Micah Richards making a guest appearance, in case you didn't already know. And he is an Arsenal fan as a kid as well, but obviously he's in Manchester City.
If Arsenal had won and City had lost, he would have been singing the Arsenal song.
There we go. Where were we? Oh, yes, Arsenal.
Yeah.
And you can feel the nerves around the stadium. And is that down to because the players haven't got any major trophy over the line yet, most of them?
Definitely. But a lot of it comes from the fans as well. The fans are nervous. The fans are so desperate for the team to do well, and that transmits onto the pitch as well. It can do anyway. And I think it's not just happened in the last week or two. I think a lot of people have commented how it feels quite tense around the Emirates at the moment because it's so important to them. I mean, they haven't won the league in a long, long time. This is their best chance in a long, long time. They've been so many points clear. It's understandable, that nervousness and that apprehension, let's say. But they've got to find a way because, they're never going to get a better chance than they are at the moment.
Now, on that experience, when the season gets going, Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, Jose Mourinho, they all used to say April. April's the time it gets going. The season starts when the results really matter. Have a look at this. In the Premier League, Mikel Arteta against Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola's played 39, he's won 31 of them and only lost 3. Only 11 wins from 26 games in April for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. And that really is just indicating how big now this push is, Jolie.
Oh, definitely. Whether that is a manager factor or a player factor, like Mo said, there's not enough players in the dressing room that have got across the line in whatever competition that may be. So hopefully that is a good indicator that City can go on. And yes, I do believe City will go on to win the games. It's just whether Arsenal can get a result next week.
Yeah. How big in recent years is this game? Have we had one at this stage of the season between the top two so significant?
No, I think it's been a long time since we've had one as important as this. I thought the League Cup final a few weeks ago was that when I was asked the question, will that affect the title race? I was like, well, not really. It's a cup. It stands alone. But I think the way the Arsenal players' body language was after the cup final, that's a gimme for Arsenal. It's not because Lisbon are not a good side, but because the pressure's off there. But since then, I just felt the whole club, even you hear the fans talking and in the group chats you're in and everything. There's just a nervousness and just a massive amount of fear that's in that club. And Mikel Arteta has to find a solution, or you'll be crowning Pep champion again in a few weeks' time.
They'd lost, Michael, 3 games in 52 in all competitions, and they've suddenly, from nowhere, lost 3 of the last 4 at completely the wrong time.
Exactly. And what can you say? I mean, I must admit, I've been defending Arsenal to lots and lots of people that always say to me, "Oh yeah, they always bottle at the end." I'm like, do they? I mean, I can remember when Manchester City, before they won the league for the first time a long time ago, they would be coming second and third and getting closer and closer. And Liverpool came second a few times actually. Liverpool have won it a couple of times in the last decade. They've come second a lot of times as well. You need to sort of build into winning the league. There's only Leicester that have pretty much gone bump out of nowhere and won a league. Virtually every team needs to get better and better.
How long can you build for?
Well, exactly. And if they don't win it this year, then of course my theory's out the window. I'll agree with everyone. But in the main, I've been thinking it's a little bit harsh. Arsenal have been doing particularly well in recent years, getting closer. Semi-final of a Champions League last season, second in the league. They've been winning the odd trophy as well.
Look what they've both got left to play. We've got this enormous game at the Etihad next Sunday. We will be there on the road to bring you that. Then City, Burnley, Everton, Brentford, Bournemouth, Villa, and still to be arranged game in hand against Crystal Palace. Arsenal, Newcastle and Fulham at home. Trips to West Ham and Palace, and Burnley at home. I mean, how do we see this playing out from now?
I still think they'll get over the line, Arsenal. I think they'll stumble across the line. I think... I don't know what else is going to happen next week, but if I look at them other games, I know they're not playing, but if I look at every one of them games, that's very winnable for the Arsenal side. You look at, like, Burnley will be gone. Palace might have a Conference League final to look forward to. West Ham are fighting for their lives. That's a tough game away. Fulham at home, I think they're sort of in that mid-table thing. And Newcastle are not playing well. So I think that the fixtures are quite favourable for Arsenal. They're winnable games. But if they can avoid defeat in Manchester, I think it'll be theirs.
Julian?
Yeah, I slightly disagree. I just think the home games are equally as nervy, probably more nervy for Arsenal. I think the atmosphere that they have there, the kind of anxiety around the performances, and they said if it isn't at this moment, if it doesn't feel like a set piece, then they don't feel like they're going to really score. So I'm not so sure. I'm not as confident as Joe, probably because I've got a Man City hat on, but in regards to them fixtures, I would rather have City's.
Well, I just side with Joe. I think that Manchester City have got the Arsenal have got the slightly more... Manchester City have got the slightly more difficult games. They've got Bournemouth away, they've got Everton away. They're two tough games. However, when you look at this weekend, we thought Arsenal at home to Bournemouth, Man City away.
And that's City's sole focus. If Arsenal get through against Lisbon, they could have two huge Champions League semi-finals in and around that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything is pointing to Manchester City, isn't it? The momentum, the record that we've just seen, Pep Guardiola as opposed to Arteta, the experience of the players and the team and the clubs, everything's pointing that the current form, Manchester City playing at home against Arsenal, it's all pointing to Manchester City at the moment. It's a toss of a coin. I think Arsenal might just nick it.
But a couple of days ago, it was all pointing to Arsenal, wasn't
Exactly.
it? It's been a huge swing. What a title race we have got. And a reminder, we will be at the Etihad for you.
Huge statement needed as well, obviously. Now it's just about winning games. And Pep often speaks about performances, but at this stage of the season, whether it's Cup or League, you just want to get the wins. And they did that today. And yes, there was a lot to improve on from the first half, but the second half was sensational.
And as we've often seen, they were ruthless, foot to the ground. They didn't take the foot off the pedal, did they?
No, and that was really impressive, Steve, I thought. Once they scored the goal, lots of teams just, hold on to what they've got a little bit, but Pep Guardiola's team just went forward, wave after wave. I mean, as soon as they scored, that second half was as clinical, as one-sided as you'll see. They were brilliant right from the start and got their goal early and then just continued, and the game could have continued. They have been up and down this season. They have struggled for consistency, but at the moment, you mentioned before about the teams that they've played recently and beaten them all comfortably. Arsenal will be really nervous about going to the Etihad on the weekend.
Yeah, we'll come to that game later. But the last three games, the cup final against Arsenal, 1 clean sheet, quarter-final against Liverpool, 1 4-0 clean sheet, and then this today. I mean, they're building momentum at exactly the right time.
They're motoring. And again, they look like they've caught their rhythm, and they always do. This time of year, April, we've seen Pep's record, and I think this is a new team. We thought like when it looked like it was really bad last year, and would Pep stay? And you saw the challenge of building a new team, and this team now looks very, very dangerous. If they do go and win the league this year, I think it's the biggest achievement of Pep's career, because he's had to, not many great managers get a chance to keep rebuilding. I think like Fergie, Wenger to a certain degree as well, but he's rebuilt a team in his image, and they look sensational at the moment.
Yeah, I couldn't have them winning the league at the start of the season.
No.
I must admit, I thought
miles off it.
I mean, Liverpool won it at an absolute canter. They spent so much money.
Yeah.
I thought it's got to be Liverpool's. If there is going to be a fly in the ointment, it's Arsenal. Too much change at Manchester City. They're going to take time, and of course, you'd never doubt Pep Guardiola. But I just thought there's so much work to be done at that club. I mean, I agree with you, Joe. I think if they win it this season, that is as good an achievement as you'll see.
And were they playing in that second half like they can smell it, like they really believe?
Yeah, definitely. And like Joe said, it's not just the second half today. It was the second half against Arsenal in the Cup. Patches